And good evening, everybody. This is 420. I am here with the one and only, the Major. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, and obviously we know that you could not hear us. It's because we had not started yet. That's a thing, everyone.
Can you guys hear us now?
I'm assuming they can hear us, judging by I was echoing because I did have it on at first to make sure I could hear us, so that's a good sign.
All right. So, how's everyone doing tonight?
I think I'm doing well. We do have people in chat, and it's of course the same old, like it always is. Curbs was here, Zerobi's always here, Lumo, Violet, Batman, freaking Nubtar, Germ, Kirby's. I did text you, by the way. You should probably text me back eventually. Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. How you doing?
No, I think they're just messing with us.
Yeah, they're definitely messing with us. But it's nice. I've missed you guys. It's been a long time since I've heard your voices. Obviously, I hear Matt's basically every day, so that's no big thing. The reason for State of the Rift today is State of the Rift will probably be a quarterly thing. It will not happen all the time. It will just be so we can be more transparent with why we do things the way we do. Explaining why we pick staff the way we do, ranging from why we pick the rank cap being the way it is. I think it's very important for transparency. You guys usually like to understand the reasoning behind things, which is totally reasonable. I get it. So we're really excited to do this. I think this is going to be super fun. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'm excited. This is fun.
It's a really cool idea. It's gonna be like I said, more about like us being transparent and open about what we're thinking, what we're doing. I do know we talked about like maybe having like rotating staff members on, so like you get to hear from different staff members' perspectives. Maybe do some guests every now and then. I don't really know. Like it's kind of cool. It's gonna be more like a podcast, but I think it's exciting. It's gonna be fun to do.
Yep. A little introduction for those of you that everybody should know us, obviously. There's not a ton of people here, but this will probably be on YouTube, so I should probably do introductions. I'm Major. Everybody knows who I am. I have my hand in basically everything TES. I did not spend a lot of time during the fall. Busy. Everybody who does know me knows I'm having a kid, so I've been pretty busy with that. By the way, it's a girl. Found that out the other day. I'm an avid World of Warcraft player. Once was voted the third best mid laner in TES. That was a long time ago, but I like to hold my hat on that one. What about you, Phortwenty? Yeah, before any of you guys were here, back when we were bad.
Yeah. Have you played League anytime recently? I have not played a lot on the recent patch. I don't know about you. I have watched some LCK, some LPL, and a little bit of NA.
Yeah, I've watched some NA. That's really about it. I haven't watched much. I do not play League right now. For those of you that don't know, most of you know that I don't play a lot of League right now. It's too stressful for me. 420. So who are you? Who are you? Explain to me who you are.
I'm the man in the sky. I basically am person that does most of the operations, kind of the behind the scenes person. So I'm gonna be trying more like upfront and more communicative. So yeah, that's me basically.
Well, I love to have you. 420 does a lot for us. Those of you that do not know, he basically is the reason this exists. I like to take credit because I'm that kind of person, but it's actually 420 here. So I know you people didn't hear to just hear us talk about ourselves. That's not why you're here. You guys want to know some things. So, all right, 420, what are we starting with today?
All right, I think first thing we'll start with is we will introduce some new staff and some staff changes that we have for this upcoming spring split. And yeah, I'll let you go from there.
All right, I was just making sure you flipped it over. Okay, so for everybody who understands, we always have a league director. The number one rule of the league director is it cannot be somebody who plays in the league. That's how it works. Obviously, Cam's been a league. Bees has been a league director for a long time. Sammy was for a little bit. Brer has for a long time. We have made a decision that Mute is going to be the director for this league. The reasoning behind this, a lot of people will wonder the reasoning behind this because he had this whole we had this whole thing in the Discord for a long time about him being boosted, supposedly, which, by the way, was never proven, nor is it true. That's whatever. The big process is myself and Phortwenty do not play League of Legends. Bees is in the rank requirement, so there's a good chance he will play in the league. Sammy also is playing. Brer also does not play League of Legends. Mute is the highest ranked member of the TES staff by far. Mute also does a ton behind the scenes to keep things functioning, so we think he's the perfect person. He's a great guy, very level-headed, very fair, by the book, does things off the rule book. He's a pretty good Graves one trick too, but that's okay. Zerobi will take over all PIT responsibility. Everybody here knows Zerobi. He has been trying very hard to keep things afloat during the off season. His off season league did not pan out. I'm very sorry to hear that. He did really try, though, so I'll give him all the credit in the world for that. Zerobi is very good at finding smurfs and making sure he's very analytical. He likes to make sure that things are done the correct way, which is a big reason why Zerobi's here. Our old PID director, Cairo, is also expecting a baby in a couple months, so he's going to help Zerobi out, but he is not going to be able to do it for all year, so that would be why that is. Germrat, joining developers. Germrat is a guy who's been around the league a long time. He's never had issues, besides there was one team he was on that had a Smurf, but we don't bring that up. Short of that, he's never had any issues. He's a very good community member, and he's a very good IT guy. He's very good with stuff he does, so he's going to be helping Jet Gorilla out with a lot of those things, which we'll get into at a later date, I'm pretty sure. So I'm very excited for Germ joining us. Germ's a great guy. Yeah, I guess that's all I really got to say about the staff. You got anything to add, 420?
No, I've got to know these guys a lot over the last couple of months, and I think they're all going to be great additions. They're all very motivated. They're all going to be very active. So I think it's going to really infuse our staff, for this upcoming spring split, and we're going to need it because there's a lot of new stuff coming.
Right, and going into that, a lot of new stuff. I'm assuming Matt's going to change the slideshow here.
We did.
So the biggest thing, the biggest problem, the biggest complaint I get, there's two big complaints I get about TES. A, we're not transparent enough, and we don't let you guys understand the reason we make rulings the way we do. Okay, we're working on that. I'm pretty sure there's we'll talk about that near the end. Secondly, casting. Most of us will agree the casting in TES is less than, wanted. Ever since we lost Kirby as a caster, casting has really gone downhill. Kirby started working. He's not able to do it anymore. We have a few casters. We appreciate the community for trying to help out, but it's not always the best. Let's be real here. So we signed up with XLNC Broadcasting. It is a paid broadcasting gig. So it is getting paid for, which we'll explain about that later. I'm not going to go into details about it or how much it costs. That's not anything we need to really talk about. But I'm very excited. They are very professional. It's a contact. It's a contract and stuff like that. So we're gonna have two casters every week for all of it and playoffs. So we're really, really excited about this. What do you think about that, 420? What do you got to say?
Yeah, I think it was something that we have been wanting to do for a while. We knew that we'd have to take some sort of financial some sort of financials to do it, so we're finally at that point where we could. So I feel good about that, and I'm hoping it goes really well with them. I'm excited. Like we're gonna have actual shoutcasters, someone that can come into our LA stadium and be able to shoutcast. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. This broadcasting team is actually very popular, from what I heard. I don't know if this is the same one that like Flowers came out of, but they're very, very popular. It's a lot of like amateur casters trying to get into the pro scene, so these guys take it serious. So with helping with casting, I feel like that will help with viewership, which also helps with everything else. Because, like, no offense, but ain't nobody want to listen. I love you, Sammy Two Slap, and I love you, Cairo, but ain't nobody want to listen to Sammy and Cairo bicker about Pokemon for 2 hours. Like, nobody wants to do that. So I think this is a very good option, and I hope that everybody really appreciates it. Consistent stream schedule. This has also been a consistent problem. Not so much on your guys' end because you guys don't really have to deal with this. But finding somebody to stream every single week is exhausting. 420 does it most of the time. Those of you who know who Corky is knows that she did it for a long time. It's just an exhausting situation where you have to give up your computer for 4 hours. Like, you have to be on it the whole time. Like, nobody really wants to do it, to be honest. We are working on it. It's the new plan is the IT guys, Germ included, are working on a dedicated server. So how it will work is there'll be like a computer that somebody will remote into to start the stream, and then they'll just periodically check on it. That will be super nice. It will save a lot of my headaches. Like I said, it doesn't really affect you guys too much, but from like a staff perspective, it's awesome. Increase in social media presence. I will not touch on this too much. We are bringing in a marketing person, I believe, at some time this year to try to work on that. Moral of the story is Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Please follow and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. The more social media presence that we get, ideally the more sponsorships we end up getting, and that means the bigger prize pools for you guys. So really, you're helping yourselves out. So give us a follow, subscribe on Twitch, all that kind of stuff. Like, have our backs. It's only for you guys in the long run. It's not like me and Phortwenty here are pocketing any of this. We do not. Everything that comes into the league either goes to production costs or goes into prize pools. So it's just an idea. And then upcoming changes, new spring split. Like, hell yeah. Like, I'm excited to be here. I know holidays were long, stressful. I know 420 here is excited to be here. I'm sorry about the lack of updates during the fall/winter. We have discussed that. We are going to fix that going into next year. Honestly, to be 100% honest with you, me and 420 just had a lot of stuff going on, guys. Like, we weren't sure if this is something we wanted to keep doing because we don't play anymore. But we've decided that, especially the few of you that are in chat right now hanging out, like, you guys are worth doing this for, though. Like, we enjoy our community. We enjoy you guys. A lot of the toxic people are gone, which is nice. You know, like, you guys are our friends. Like, I enjoy reading general chat and talking to you guys. Like, I do. I would rather hang out here in our small community than hang out in Risen or BOL's Discord. I love the guys who run those Discords, but nobody really knows anybody. The Discords are just too big. Like, I like our community, and I know 420 agrees with me.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we have a really good core group, and like you touched on, like we're literally doing this because we want to keep that core group going. And like I know, like we, like you said, been kind of silent over the last couple months. So like we've been doing a lot of work in the background, trying to get this ready, trying to get everything going. So like it's good to finally get everything basically set on the right path. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another spring split here. This will be our going into almost our third year.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. We've been doing this for a while now. Okay, so you want to talk about the spring split then? I think this is what people came here for anyways, not to just listen to us shoot the shit.
I agree with you.
Well, let's flip that over then. Okay, first things first. Spring Split is going to be applications are going to open on January 22nd. We are recruiting in other Discords. Obviously, I am going to try to take as many old players as I can. I think that's a big thing. I really, really want to keep you guys. I would much rather keep I know this doesn't make a lot of sense from like a building standpoint. But like, I'd rather keep you guys because I like you guys than like pull a bunch of people from everywhere. Obviously, we do need to grow. I will agree to that. But like, you guys get first dibs in my opinion. League will be Mondays at 8 o'clock. I am sorry, Violet. I know you do not like this. The reasoning for this is that a lot of leagues play on Sunday, and there's just too much competition to play on Sunday. We're smaller as it is. The league's always played on Monday nights, basically. Last split was the only time it did not. This is just kind of how it is here. I'm sorry for those of you that are upset about it. I know a lot of you do like this because it's later in the night. It's a Monday. Not a lot of leagues are going. You can play in BOL. You can play in Verizon. You can play here. You can play anywhere you want. So like that's the reasoning behind it, and I do apologize for those that they don't like that. The start date is tentatively February 22nd. The reason we say tentatively is obviously if we don't have enough teams, it might get pushed back a week. We're going to try to not do that. We do plan on having 2 splits per year now. So it's going to be like a long spring split, long summer split, and then we're probably not going to do things. There might be like off-season, like fall tournaments kind of thing. But near the fall, it's too much of a shit show. The season's ending. You're going into preseason. The last 2 years, we've literally done playoffs on the preseason patch. And no offense, that's just not fair.
Yeah, it's something we tried to
that's not fair to anyone.
And just couldn't. Like, it's hard to know exactly when that patch is coming out. Like, we thought we had a decent idea, but it just they ended up releasing a little bit earlier than they have usually. So, yeah, I think, like you said, maybe do something casual and something more fun. Like, we tried to do an ARAM league this fall, which we didn't get enough signups for it, but, like, that'd be another, like, type of idea where we have some type of casual league that we run in the fall.
Yeah, I would be very open to maybe doing, like a weekend tournament, ARAM tournament, or like we're talking about a Valorant tournament. I know Jet Gorilla's been discussing that. Obviously, we play a lot of World of Warcraft. There will be eventually a Titan Esports 2 channel that will just do variety streams. We've been talking. I will get to that. Hold on one second, Potato. You'll understand when I get to that. There is a lot, like we're talking about doing a variety stream channel, which will be like Among Us and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. It's just stuff that you guys it will be a lot of fun. Cap of Plat 3. The reasoning behind this is for people like Violet and Zerobi to play more than anything, and it honestly is just what fits our base. We don't have, yes, Potato, it's 10 per team, so don't even worry about it. And we'll talk about it. Plat 3 makes a lot of sense to it. It just really fits our player base. We do not have the player base to run 2 teams. We all know that. We do not have the player base to run 2 teams. And I definitely think that it makes a big difference in what people we do have. I think that's the best case scenario. That is a hard cap, though. If you climb above Plat 3, you're done, period. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We're not doing this year where we let people slide off shit. No more. If you do not fit into the requirements to play the league, you don't fit in the requirements to play the league. I'm sorry. I have to stop being biased. I am very biased at times. I let people slide because I know, like, Plat 3 cap. Potato, did you hit P2? So, it's something I have to do. I think it's the fairest way to do it. 200 games required in Season 10. That's not too bad if you played all of Season 10. I know there's going to be people that are like, well, I only played 50 or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. It's very reasonable. It's the best I can do. We're going to do 30 games in Season 11. We talked to Zerobi about this, and we agreed that it makes most sense to not require a ton of games this season because from what I know Zerobi has like 100 games played because he's a psychopath, but the season's kind of a shit show at the moment from what I was told, so I don't want to, it's enough for me to be like, okay, you're ranked, you got a little bit after that, you're fine in my book. And that's before the start of the season, though. That's not like by today. Maximum of 2 plat players per team. People will complain about this. I know we've had a lot of complaints in the past because they feel as though they should be able to stack their team however they want. I understand the concept behind that, but I also think the league should be rounded out semi-fairly, and I think it's not fair for, let's say, you know what I mean, you have one team in the league and suddenly it's Violet, Zerobi, and 3 other plat players, and then you have everyone else. Like, that's not fair. I feel like if you're trying to play on that kind of super team, like, you're kind of just copping out and you're kind of sissy. That's just my personal opinion. More power to everyone else. But that's just the thoughts behind it. I know everybody can give me more opinions on that, but that's kind of 420 SWAT. Any add-ons before I keep going? 420.
No, I think you pretty much summed it up. Like you said, like we want to have like a decent amount of parity between teams. We don't just want like the top echelon of 2 teams that just, like you said, stack every platinum 3 player they can, just to kind of like not say break the rules, but get as close to the cap as possible with all their players. So this adds some more parity to teams. Like I think it gives a wider audience of players that are able to play in the league as well. Like it's not just going to be flat players. Like they're going to be gold players. I assume there'll be some silver players as well. So I think it's just all in all, like it makes teams more competitive. It makes the league more competitive, and I think like there's some challenge, like you said, to team building, but that's part of having a team in the league. You gotta have players, you gotta have subs, you gotta build the roster.
Yeah, and I think team building is a lot of fun. And please, there is some people in our Discord server that I will not say names, but every single person in Discord knows who I'm talking about, that will literally bend the rules to the farthest extent without trying to break them, and will try to stack the roster to the ends of the earth. I'm trying to avoid that. So this is the thought process here. Okay, so the $10 entry fee. I know some people are discussing this and they're like, why would TES do this? They're taking our money. Why would they do that? Let me explain something really quick. We don't pocket anything. That does not happen. That's not a thing. It's never been a thing. Even the Twitch subs all go into prize pools. Me and Phortwenty will pull money out of our own pockets if we have to. The $10 entry fee is per team. Okay, that breaks down to $2 per player. That is literally nothing. First place will get 50% of the overall pot. Second place will get 25% of the overall pot. The overall pot is obviously $10 times how many teams we get added together. The other, you're doing the math in your head, and you're like, hold on, 50%, 25%. If you're Germ, you're like, oh, that's 100%, you're fine. But if you're anybody else, you're thinking, oh, okay, that's only 75%. So you're like, where's the other 25%? Why is it not? What is going on? Here's grab pitchforks, major stealing our $3. The point is, the other 25% is going to partially try to cover some of the caster costs. It applies for ending rank, Zerobi. The other 25% is going to be pushed into the casting cost. It is not going to cover the casting cost, to be honest. 90% of it's going to be paid from Twitch subs that we have. And then whatever is missing, me and Phortwenty will cover out of our own pockets. But this is the thought process. I figured this would be kind of controversial. I wasn't sure if a lot of people would be happy about it. But the biggest thing from the community I've seen so far is they're like, as long as the money's going into the league, they personally don't give a shit. And I think the casters is a huge thing. I think having high quality casters is a big deal. We're going to make sure games are put on YouTube after the games are over. Every team's going to get streamed like they always are. And it's nice because you can go back and watch your YouTube games. You know what I mean? And you can listen to, real casters. And I think that will really help. You won't have to you won't be like, oh, it's Cairo and Sammy casting. Let me mute the stream. You know what I mean? No flame. But I think it's a very good system. If people disagree with it, you are welcome to leave me questions or even in feedback channel. We really argued. This one was hard. This one was a hard decision. We've always been a free league. It wasn't really something we wanted, but to be 100% honest, guys, we're small. We can't afford a prize pool and casters and the website and all that stuff. Me and Phortwenty literally can't do it all out of our own pocket. We just can't. We like you guys. I love you guys to death. But, if my significant other found out I was paying all that money, she would literally stab me. So, and I don't want to die. So, we're all going to help out here. Obviously, the more Twitch subscribers we get, the bigger the pools get, the more it helps out. So, if you ever want to help us out, your team fee's cool, subscribe on Twitch. Help us out. You know what I mean? Only if you want. If you don't want to, I don't care. As long as you aren't toxic and you hang out with me, I'm happy. Anything to add to that 420?
No, I think like the entry fee also, like you said, it's like $10 per team, which like you said boils down to $2 per player. I think it gives an extra like incentive for teams to also want to keep playing. Like we offer other things at the end of the season for teams to still get into the playoffs, but at the same time, like you've put a financial commitment towards the league, so I think it'll help with like teams staying in the league as well throughout the season. And yeah, I think it's just like you said, overall, if we want to keep increasing the quality of the stream, keep increasing like the quality of the content, like we have to put forward some sort of financial commitment, which we've done this upcoming spring split. And I think like unfortunately, some of that we're gonna have to start adding entry fees in order to cover those costs. So.
And like I said, I'm very sorry about that. I do agree with 420 also. I feel like I run a softball team. Those of you who know me know I do for multiple years. And if you charge somebody even $5, they're much more likely to show up every week versus if they paid nothing. Like I know you're like, oh, it's $10, who gives a shit? But you'd be surprised at the amount of teams that actually will play throughout the season because they threw money into it. They don't want to just lose their money. Obviously, if you drop out, you do not get your money back. I think that's a very fair rule, and I think everybody here will agree with that. There is a thing in the rule book. If you are kicked out of the league because you got caught smurfing, or you're being just ridiculously toxic, like we're gonna have a much more firm ways of how we handle things, where it's gonna be like, first time's a warning, this time's this time's that kind of thing. Obviously, if you say something racial, you're probably gone. You know what I mean, like stuff like that. But that's just, come on, guys, it's 2021. Like, we don't have to be we do not have to act like idiots. Obviously, if you're kicked off, if you're like your team's booted out because you're cheating, you don't get your money back. Obvious reasons, but short of that, we're pretty open to it. We're also going to, so you are aware, if you do win the split and we have to give you a prize pool, we will pay your captain. Okay, we will pay your captain, your org leader, whoever basically runs your team, and then it's his responsibility to disperse it to you guys. So make sure when you do sign up for a team that you make sure that you trust the people you're playing with. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm going to say about that, because I can't police everyone. Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, these won't be RP skins. These will be actual prize pools, cash prize pools. So yeah, that's. Like you said, like you make sure whoever you're on a team with, whoever your captain or organization leader is, make sure you know that they're fair and that they're honest. I know there is an issue, not in our league, but in other leagues, of players not getting their prize pool money. So make sure that whatever team you're on, like you know that your team captain's fair and honest.
Yeah, I'm just looking out for you guys. That's just me caring about you guys and trying to be understanding. Short of that, I don't think we really have anything else to talk about in the 2021 spring split. We will not be requiring games play per week. For those of you that hated that system is gone. Instead, we are going to steal ZZG's system, which is kind of like a win rate contract. I'm still working out details for that. How, as ZGG does it, if you're over a certain win rate, you're required to play so many games a week until your win rate evens out, or until you climb past the cap point. The reasoning behind that is so people do not elos it. I agree. This is a hard problem to fix. Nobody thinks it's fair when somebody's just sitting, you know what I mean, just chilling and freaking at Plat 3 all season. Like, nobody thinks that's ever fair. I agree, it's also not fair. So if you're under the win rate, you don't have to play League of Legends if you don't want to. If you want to just play on your team, so be it. But if you're at, so I don't know exactly what the percentage is, guys, so do not quote me. But it's like, if you're at like 60% win rate, like, you should be playing the game still. Like, you could climb, you're choosing not to.
Yeah, and that contract will also apply to players that are like Platinum 3 or Platinum 4, and then they decide they're not going to play ranked anymore. We consider that rank camping, so we'll also hand out contracts for anyone that we deem is rank camping.
Obviously, that will be a thing. Zerobi will be on a contract because he is PIT director. Zerobi will have to play his games either way. It won't matter contract or anything. Zerobi will have to do it because he is PIT director, so he will be the one giving out these contracts more or less. Obviously, I'll clear them, but so that in the idea of fairness, Zerobi will also have to do it. Um, uh, that's just how it is. I think that's very fair. Obviously, we'll go over all this. We don't want people to rank cap. People complain about this. I understand their point of view. It was P3 cap last year and this season, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, if you added P4 last season, you're fine, dude. Like, are you P3 already? Like, how many games have you played, Potato? Okay, so keep going. So anything else, Matt?
I think that about summarizes it. Like I said, we'll open up applications this Friday, the 22nd, and if everything goes planned, we are hard shooting for the 22nd of February to start the league. So we're about like a month away is what we're looking at. So we got a lot of work here to do. We got to do a rule book. We got, like you said, a lot of new things we need to add to the rule book. A lot of things we got to remove. So we got a lot of work there. And yeah, we got a lot of earlier in the beginning, we got a lot of recruiting we have to do. Like I know we still have a strong, solid player base, but we still need to add some new blood to that. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do in the next month. Like so, I'm excited, but also realize we're gonna have to do work.
Yeah, there are certain staff members in charge of recruiting. They're working on it, but we need your guys' help too. Like, if you guys, we can't run a season with 15 people. Like, I know we have 15 viewers right now. We can't run a season with that many people. It just doesn't happen. Like, we need teams, and I'm sure once we start recruiting, we'll get more teams. But like, we need your guys' help too. Like, if you want a league, like, help the league. You know what I mean? We're trying our best. We will work on it. But I'm super excited. The staff's really excited. We went over all this stuff. Nobody really had any hard disagreements. Everything went really well overall. So what's next? 420.
Up next, we have future changes.
Future changes. Well, first thing, Summer Split will have two leagues. I mean, not Summer Split. The year will have two leagues. Oh, no, Summer Split. Okay, Summer Split will have two leagues, closed and open league. Closed league will be a lot of what we're doing right now. It will probably have a buy-in also again. It will probably be more like pre-mates. Open league will probably play it another night, but it will be like all lottery teams. It will be like, hey, you sign up, we throw you on, a couple of us get together, we divide everyone up, make everybody on their teams, and boom, that's your lottery league. We might allow you to sign up with one other person. That's still being worked out. Obviously, this is very tentative, guys. It's a good way. It's a really good way to meet people, though. I played lottery for a lot of years in Risen. I know 420 played lottery with me, and we met a lot of really cool people that we really enjoy. We met Kirby's off a lottery team, I'm pretty sure. So,
the first season we did here was basically mostly lottery teams. Like I think we allowed 3 players to sign up together.
Right.
And then we did. So you had at least 2 players that you've never played, people you've never met with before. So yeah, I think like you said, it creates a lot of relationships. Creates a lot of you meet new players that you normally wouldn't. I think it's if you're into just not wanting to be in an organized team and you just kind of want to throw your hat in there and you want to see meet some new people and whatnot, I think that's the league for you. If you're not super competitive, like you said, there's not going to be an entry fee or anything for that. It's going to be more of a casual kind of just relax kind of league, if you can call League of Legends relax in any
just because we say no fee doesn't mean there won't be a prize pool. That's still being worked out. We're thinking about it. Obviously, this year's prize pool for this league will be, the spring's a little smaller. The summer one will probably be bigger once we figure out more finances, like how much we can spend, how good the casting turns out, shit like that. It's all budgeting. Corky still handles our budgets. So that's the plan. Stats will return in spring. Voltsy's not here. This is 90% of what he wanted to hear. Stats will return. For those of you who do know, stats may take a while to come out, usually, but they are very, very in-depth. 420 and Jack Gorilla do a great job. A lot of it's botted. 420 even has it on the stream screen normally. He does a great job. It's a beautiful. We want it set up so you can look it up on the website. Type in your name, boom, all your stats. You know what I mean? Jack Gorilla is working on it, of course. So like that's ideally the thought process. Obviously, we'll do end of the season rewards, MVP, stuff like that. We do it every year. We might bring back all pro teams. I know when I used to play, we did all pro teams, which was super fun. Where like we randomly ask 2 players from each team. You get to vote 3 people per role. You know what I mean? And then that's your all pro teams. It was super fun. We had a great time doing it. Uh, I would like to bring that back. It just depends on if people want to do it. State of the Rift updates. I don't know. Bi-monthly sounds about right. Like
Yeah,
I said,
about
it might
twice
be
a month.
quarterly. It will be a podcast. It might just be me and Phortwenty. It might be me, Phortwenty, and Cam. It might be me, Phortwenty, and Zerobi. I don't know how it's going to work yet. Hearthside. For those of you that used to watch Hearthside, a lot of you really liked Hearthside. A lot of you didn't like Hearthside. The plan is that it will come back. It will not be a weekly thing. It might be like a monthly thing. It might be like a month, every 2 month thing. I'll let you know. Me and Corky will be doing it still. I don't know if it will be Sammy too. 90% of her side will just be content though, like power rankings, stuff like that. Yes, we will get. I just answered. Look at me, good timing, right? We'll get power rankings and stuff like that because I know you guys really like that shit. And so the plan is to do that. Um, Bring it back. I know you guys love that shit. I want to do it. It's just it's too hard to do it weekly. And it gets really stale. So I think if it's like quarterly through the season, I think you guys will really enjoy it. Yeah, if you want to make PRs, I can get you set up. I can have Kappa probably set that up. And then he'll even post it for you. I'll talk to Kappa about it later tonight. Uh,
Yeah,
okay,
if
we
you're
are. Go
if
ahead.
you're yeah, I was want to interject real quick. If you're making power rankings for the season, like gonna do like every month or every week, excuse me, I would also be willing to put those on the website. Like I'll have to get with Jet Gorilla on that. But I know at one point we did have that functionality where we were putting articles on the website. So yeah, if someone's out there that's doing power rankings and they're pretty good quality, I will definitely get with Jet Gorilla and have them posted weekly on the website.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. And also somewhere in the Discord. We do want to start pushing the website a little bit more, guys. I know that's annoying for you guys, but you got to look at it from a league perspective. Eventually, we do want sponsorships. You can't get sponsorships if your website doesn't get used. And like I said, me and Phortwenty do not expect to ever make money off this. This isn't what we're here for. But we do want, you know what I mean? The more money that gets put in the league, the bigger the prize pools get. You guys want more prize pools, obviously. So I think like that's a very helpful thing. So we are pushing the website more, and I'm sorry for that. I know some of you guys really hate that we do that, but it's kind of just a necessary evil. Um, we are looking for more staff. For certain things. Obviously, we would like a full time recruiter, which will handle discussing with other leagues. We talked to Kappa about this, about maybe bringing back like an inter-league tournament, like where we'll play against like BOL and Risen and stuff like that. And I think that could be a lot of fun. I think you guys will agree with that. That's something that we're really looking into. And that's what our recruiter would do. They would be our liaison to the other leagues. And a lot of recruiting for us too. We need a full-time media director. This used to be Corky's job. Corky is busy this year. She cannot do it anymore. She's just handling finances. Media director would basically be in charge of the Twitch channel, the Twitch UI. What else? 420.
Like you said, like we like someone to kind of take over like the stream. We've already talked about the streaming is going to be on a remote server, but we still would need someone like that's going to be here and able to like oversee that. Leading into the next one, shoutcasters. We don't need any shoutcasters for this spring split, but when we do go into summer split and we have 2 leagues, if we do go into streaming the casual league, we're not going to obviously probably have casters that are paid to do that league. So if there's anyone that's willing to like cast for that the more casual league, we're definitely going to be looking for shoutcasters for that league.
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. We are working on that. Some leagues do not allow it. We're trying though, guys. We really are trying. That's why I said the best way is word of mouth, though. Like, you guys have friends, you guys know teams, you've played on other teams. Like, bring your teams here. Be like, hey, let's play in TES. Let's kick some ass. You know what I mean? Like, that Violet guy talks a lot of shit. Let's go beat him. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a good time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, bring people around. That's the best way. 420 makes a good point about media director and recruiting and shoutcasters. If you are interested in these positions, message 420. He's probably so mad at me right now for saying that, but that's okay.
Yeah, no. If anyone's interested, like, please message me. Like we are always looking for help. Like, we're always looking for people with new ideas, creative ideas. So yeah, if you're, please message me. I will respond.
uh, Yeah, I'm very excited. I don't think we really have much left. We will still do gauntlet for playoffs, so that teams that are in last place still have a chance. I think that really separates us from other leagues, because, like, if you have a bad start in, like, one of the other leagues, it's like, oh, you're screwed. You know what I mean? What's the point of even finishing the season? You're already in for playoffs. I think gauntlet's a very big thing. We've had the 7th seed in gauntlet literally make playoffs. We've had the 10th seed in gauntlet win a quarterfinal game. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen. I'm pretty sure we had a gauntlet team make finals in the summer. I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, though. So it's like, gauntlet is very interesting, and a lot of leagues don't do it, and I really enjoy the fact that we do it. I think that's one of the things that makes us us. We have a pretty cool pro draft. I know you guys hate it sometimes because we don't upkeep it as well as we should. That's being fixed. That will be upkeep from now on. I think that's one of the many things that makes TES really stand out. And it's a really good selling point. So I just bear with us. If you ever have an issue with it, like, if you're ever just messing around and you want to use it, feel free. But if you ever have an issue with it, like, you could just message Germ or Jet, and they will fix it, or they'll figure it out. It will get fixed, though. I do apologize that sometimes that stuff's slow.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of exciting new things that we have planned for the website that we've been, discussing for quite a bit now. With like staff kind of being restructured and developer team being restructured. Like, I think there'll be more clear cut of responsibilities and tasks on our staff. So I think that'll help get things kind of accelerated. And yeah, like you said, like, getting Titan Draft back up and running is going to be pretty cool. And eventually here we're going to get stats on the website so that, like Chad was saying, or Major was saying earlier, you can just immediately go there and you can look up your name, look up your team, get stats right there on the website. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things that we can do to kind of get more excitement going for the league.
All right, boys. I think that's all I really got. I expect to see in general chat people trying to put teams together tonight. I'll actually give like 10 minutes. If anybody has questions for me or 420, you can just at one of us. We're both in the Twitch chat right now. And just ask the question. We will answer as honestly as we possibly can, unless it's something like super freaking toxic. But if you have you want more details, you want like just a randomized question of what you want to know, like, I will happily answer it right now. Hey, Thrasian, I haven't talked to you in forever, buddy. I hope you're doing well. How come we simp for you so much, but we still have no feet pics? You don't want to see these feet. They're hairy. I look like Bigfoot. No, sorry. Any other honest questions, though? This is us trying to be transparent. There probably won't be another one of these for at least a month or 2 months, probably. So if you have questions, now's the time to have them. Obviously, we're going to try to be better at answering the feedback channel. Brer and Bees are really going to focus on the Discord and trying to make sure they answer questions. If they don't have an answer, they'll come to myself or Matt 420 or Mute, and we'll be really good about trying to make sure that happens. I don't see any more questions.
Do you eat a donut with a fork or knife? That is the question.
I didn't see this. Hold on, there's a question.
No, I'm kidding.
I eat a donut with my hands. Is that an option?
No, he wants
I
hand
love.
picks. Do you have hand picks? You want some hand picks
I
on your
I could
keyboard and
send you hand
mouse?
pics. I think if you watch Hearthside, you probably catch my hands eventually in those. You can take some screenshots, maybe. I'm not really sure. Short of that, though, I think we're done for the night. Once again, guys, I'm really sorry about lack of transparency. That's something me and 420 are really working on. This will be uploaded to the YouTube, and we will have a TLDR posted in announcements later tonight just to cover some of the important things. Applications open the 22nd, if I remember correctly. We talked about this earlier.
Yes, they open Friday, so 48
They open
hours from
Friday.
now.
Yeah, you got 48 hours to make teams, basically. So your first one in. Uh, what is your favorite donut flavor? Boston cream, sir. Raspberry jelly is pretty good. Strawberry jelly is really good too. Okay. So either way, I'm very excited. I apologize. We'll work on things to be a little bit better and a little cleaner. I expect to see people trying to look for teams. If you have other teams that want to play, please bring them in. We need your help. If we don't get enough teams, we don't play. Once again, there will be a TLDR posted from I Am Major, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Everyone